March 9th, Saint Dominic Savio, Confessor. Saint Dominic was born April 2nd in the year 1842 in a small town in northern Italy. He died on March 9th of the year 1857 at the young age of 14. When Dominic was born, he looked so frail and puny on the morning of his birth that his father had rushed him that same evening to the parish church for baptism. As a little boy, one of Dominic's greatest joys was serving Mass. He began serving when he was 5 years old and was often seen at 5 o'clock in the morning in the front of the church on his knees in rain or snow waiting for the doors to be opened. On the occasion of his first Holy Communion, he made the resolution to prefer death rather than sin. From his early years he frequently expressed his determination and ambition to become a saint. The village pastor, recognizing in Dominic a soul of rare caliber, arranged to have him transferred to Don Bosco's oratory at Turin. Don Bosco soon noted Dominic's consuming quest for sainthood and pointed out to the boy that the path to holiness is not necessarily among the hair shirts and tortures of the flesh, but in cheerful bearing and offering up each day's small crosses. Steering the lad away from artificial practices, his master showed him that for the soul avid of penance there is a superabundance lying around, all to be had for the picking. To accept the pain which is wrapped up with the more and more perfect fulfillment of the duties of one's state in life. After a few months of life in this environment of the oratory and under the saintly care of St. John Bosco, Dominic's soul was fired with the zeal of his master, whose rule of life, "Give me souls, you take the rest, Lord," the boy adopted as his own. Following the example set by his master, who sought souls wherever they were to be found, in season and out of season, Dominic also went after souls in the highways and byways of his own little world, especially among the boys of the oratory. There he found and directed the Immaculate Conception Sodality, a group of boys who, by prayer, word, and example, carried out an apostolate among their schoolfellows, and thus proving to be a valuable assistance to Don Bosco in his work. On one occasion, Dominic broke up a vicious duel with stones. Standing between the boy duelists, with dramatic suddenness, he flashed a crucifix and said, "This is Friday. Today Christ died for the love of us. Can you look at him and still hate each other?" Another time, he reinforced the need for custody of the eyes. John Bosco records that once a boy who was visiting had brought with him a magazine with bad pictures, and a group of fascinated boys were looking. When Dominic found out, he snatched the magazine and tore it up, saying, "You know well enough that one look is enough to stain your souls, yet you go feasting your eyes on this." When Dominic's health began to fail, he was forced to leave the oratory. Don Bosco and the boys were sorry to see him leave. He had been a good friend to all. Don Bosco said of him, his cheerful character and lively disposition made him extremely popular even among those boys who were no great lovers of their faith. His death at his home on March 9th, 1857, was sweet and peaceful. Pope Pius XII canonized him on June 12th of the year 1954. He is the patron saint of choirboys, those falsely accused, and juvenile delinquents.